Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a brand that completely changed the game, not just in sports, but in fashion and culture worldwide. We're talking about the one, the only, Jordan brand. It's more than just a sneaker. It's a symbol of greatness, an empire built by the greatest basketball player of all time. So how did a signature shoe for a rookie from North Carolina become a multi-billion-dollar global phenomenon? Lace up, because we're about to take a journey through the entire history of Jordan. Our story begins in 1984. The Chicago Bulls drafted a young, electrifying guard named Michael Jordan. At the time, Converse was the official shoe of the NBA, and stars like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were its faces. Jordan himself was a fan of Adidas and initially wanted to sign with them. But Nike, then a struggling running shoe company, saw something different. They saw a revolutionary talent and were willing to bet the farm on him. Nike's creative director, Peter Moore, and Jordan's agent, David Falk, cooked up a plan. They offered Jordan something unprecedented, not just an endorsement deal, but his very own signature line. Falk even came up with the name, Air Jordan. Nike's offer was huge, $2.5 million over 5 years, plus royalties and stock options. It was a massive gamble, but one that would pay off beyond their wildest dreams. So in late 1984, Michael Jordan stepped onto the court wearing the first Air Jordan, the Air Jordan 1, and right away, it caused a stir. The shoe's bold black and red colorway, the bread as we call it, violated the NBA's uniform policy, which stated shoes had to be predominantly white. The league fined Jordan $5,000 every time he wore them. But Nike saw a golden marketing opportunity. They happily paid the fines and created a legendary commercial telling the world that the NBA threw them out of the game, but couldn't stop you from wearing them. The Air Jordan 1 wasn't just a shoe, it was an act of rebellion. When the Air Jordan 1 hit retail in 1985 for $65, it sold out instantly. Nike projected they'd sell $3 million worth in the first year. They sold $126 million. The sneaker world was never the same. Kids everywhere wanted to be like Mike, and the first step was getting his shoes. Following that incredible success, the Air Jordan 2 arrived in 1986, designed by Bruce Kilgore, the man behind the Air Force One. It was a totally different beast. Made in Italy with premium leather and a sleek, logo-less side profile, it was designed to be a luxury basketball shoe. It didn't have the Nike swoosh, signaling a move towards Jordan as its own brand. However, this was also a rocky period. Jordan broke his foot while wearing them, and he wasn't entirely happy with the design. There were even rumors he was considering leaving Nike. The future of the line hung in the balance. The man who stepped up to save it was Tinker Hatfield. For the Air Jordan 3 in 1988, Hatfield did something revolutionary. He actually sat down with Michael and asked him what he wanted in a shoe. Jordan wanted a mid-cut, something lighter, and something with a touch of luxury. Hatfield delivered. He introduced the now iconic elephant print, made the shoe more comfortable with a visible air unit, and most importantly, he created the Jumpman logo. This logo, based on a photo from a 1980 for Life magazine photo shoot, became the official emblem. Jordan loved it, and the Air Jordan 3, along with the legendary Mars Blackmon ad campaign directed by Spike Lee, convinced him to stay with Nike. The brand was saved. The hits just kept coming. The Air Jordan 4 in '89 introduced mesh netting and plastic wings, and was on MJ's feet for the shot over Craig Ello. The Air Jordan 5 in 1990, inspired by a World War II fighter plane, featured a reflective tongue and a clear, translucent outsole. The Air Jordan 6, which Jordan wore to win his first NBA championship in 1991, had a distinct spoiler-like heel tab, inspired by his Porsche. Each shoe told a story, marking a new chapter in Jordan's soaring career. The years that followed cemented Jordan's dominance on and off the court. The Air Jordan 7 for his second title and the '92 Olympics. The Air Jordan 8 for his first three-peat in '93. Then, the shocker, Jordan retired from basketball to play baseball, but the shoe line didn't stop. The Air Jordan 9 was released while he was on the baseball diamond, and the outsole famously had words in different languages, symbolizing his global icon status. When he returned in '95 with the famous "I'm Back" fax, the brand was becoming so massive that in 1997, Nike made a groundbreaking decision. Jordan was no longer just a Nike product line. It became its own subsidiary brand, the Jordan Brand. It signed its first-ever team of sponsored athletes, known as Team Jordan, including stars like Ray Allen, Vin Baker, and Eddie Jones. This move signaled a new era. It wasn't just about Michael anymore, it was about carrying on his legacy of excellence. Jordan would win 2 more championships in the Air Jordan 12 and 13, and play his last shot as a Bull in the Air Jordan 14, a shoe inspired by his Ferrari 550 Maranello. Even after his final retirement from the Bulls, the line continued releasing a new flagship model every single year, a tradition that continues to this day, all the way up to the Air Jordan 38 and beyond. But the story isn't just about the new models. Jordan Brand's genius lies in its handling of retro releases. Starting in the early 2000s, they began re-releasing classic models in original and new colorways. This move tapped into the powerful force of nostalgia, allowing a new generation to experience the shoes their parents grew up idolizing. The hype around retro releases, especially for models like the 1, 3, 4, and 11, has created a culture of collectors, resellers, and sneakerheads that drives the market. Collaborations have also been key to Jordan Brand's modern dominance. They've partnered with a who's who of culture, from Travis Scott and Off-White's Virgil Abloh to brands like Supreme and Dior. These collaborations blend Jordan's athletic heritage with high fashion and streetwear, keeping the brand fresh, relevant, and at the forefront of what's cool. Today, Jordan Brand is an empire with annual revenues in the billions. It sponsors some of the biggest names in sports, including Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, and Jason Tatum. It has expanded into football, baseball, and even soccer with its partnership with Paris Saint-Germain. It's a full-fledged lifestyle brand offering apparel, accessories, and a legacy that transcends sports. From a rebellious shoe on a rookie's feet to a global cultural institution, the history of the Jordan Brand is a testament to the power of a singular talent and brilliant marketing. It's a story of innovation, risk-taking, and an unrelenting pursuit of greatness. Michael Jordan didn't just fly on the court. He taught an entire brand and generations of fans how to fly with him. What's your favorite Air Jordan model of all time? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories like this. See you in the next one.